The Lightkeeper's Tale. Listen to the stories of an old lighthouse keeper, each story a beacon of peace guiding you to a restful sleep. The wind was wild, but in the cozy confines of the old lighthouse, it felt like another world. The lighthouse, perched on a jagged cliff, had seen countless storms and had remained steadfast through them all. Inside, the walls were adorned with pictures of ships, sailors, and far-off coasts. In a plush chair near the window, an elderly man sat, the lighthouse keeper. His face was a map of wrinkles, each one bearing testament to a story from the past. As the lighthouse beam rotated, casting its glow far into the stormy seas, the lightkeeper began his tale. Many think this lighthouse is just about guiding ships, but it's more than that. It's about hope, endurance, and the promise of safe harbor. You see, every night, sailors out on those turbulent waters look for this beacon. To them, it's a sign that they're close to home, that they're not alone in the vastness of the ocean. The old keeper's eyes twinkled with a mix of nostalgia and mischief. One night, he began, a ship named the Celestial Star was caught in a storm. The winds howled and the waves were monstrous. But the ship's captain had a heart full of courage. He had heard of our lighthouse and believed that if he could just spot the light, he could navigate his ship to safety. As the keeper spun his tale, the room seemed to transform. The walls echoed with the sounds of the crashing waves and creaking ship timbers. You could almost feel the ship rocking, taste the salt in the air, and hear the sailors' shouts. He kept his gaze fixed on the horizon. The keeper continued. Hours seemed like days. But then, just when hope seemed lost, a faint light pierced the dense fog. It was our lighthouse. Guided by the light, the ship made its way through the treacherous waters and anchored safely by dawn. The keeper leaned back, a satisfied smile on his face. This lighthouse has witnessed many such stories. Tales of hope, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit. Each story is a testament to the idea that no matter how dark the night, there's always a light guiding us home. Outside, the storm had subsided, replaced by a gentle drizzle. The rotating beacon of the lighthouse continued its tireless vigil, casting its light far and wide. As you listen to the lightkeeper's tales, each word seemed to wrap around you like a warm blanket, guiding you deeper into a realm of peace and serenity. The rhythmic sound of the waves, combined with the keeper's soothing voice, created a lullaby that was impossible to resist. As your eyelids grew heavy, the stories continued to play in your mind, each one a beacon leading you to a world of dreams where the seas were always calm and the lighthouse stood tall, a sentinel of hope in the vast expanse of the night. The days when ships passed close by the cliffs had dwindled over the years, replaced by more modern routes and technologies. Yet the lighthouse and its keeper remained, guarding the memories of yesteryears. The lightkeeper leaned forward, resting his chin on his hands. There's a tale I seldom share, for it speaks of love and heartbreak. His gaze traveled to a small portrait on the mantelpiece, a young woman with a radiant smile, her eyes mirroring the ocean's depth. She was a sailor's daughter, he began, and I was but a young assistant at this very lighthouse. Every month, when her father's ship docked nearby, she'd visit. We'd sit right here, talking for hours, sharing dreams and aspirations. Time seemed to blur, and you could visualize the younger version of the lightkeeper, his eyes filled with love and wonder as he conversed with the sailor's daughter. Their bond grew over the months, their hearts entwined like the ivy that crept up the lighthouse walls. Then, one fateful night, her father's ship was caught in a tempest. Despite our best efforts, shining the light and sounding the horn, the ship was lost to the unforgiving sea. She never returned after that. A heavy silence settled, broken only by the distant cry of seagulls. The weight of the keeper's sorrow was palpable. Yet, as he spoke of her, there was no bitterness, only a deep, abiding love that time could not erode. That's the thing about lighthouses, he murmured, his voice soft. We stand tall, watching over the vastness, ensuring safe passage. But sometimes the heartache anchors us more than the sea ever could. Drawing a deep breath, the Lightkeeper looked at you, his eyes shimmering. Always remember, in life's storms, look for the light. It's there, guiding you, comforting you. And though some tales are tinged with sorrow, they're part of the tapestry of our lives, adding depth and meaning. The evening had deepened, with the lighthouse's glow painting a radiant path on the water. In the heart-warming embrace of the tales, sleep began to beckon. The gentle hum of the lighthouse, the distant waves, and the keeper's voice became distant lullabies, wrapping you in a cocoon of peace, guiding you to a world of dreams.